We begin in the United States, where President Donald Trump says he will build a migrant detention facility at Guantanamo Bay for as many as 30,000 illegal immigrants. Now, according to the commander-in-chief, these migrants will be deported from the United States and would be high-priority criminals. In a White House memo, President Donald Trump ordered the Pentagon and the Department of Homeland Security to begin the official process for the detention center.
Today, I'm also signing an executive order to instruct the Departments of Defense and Homeland Security to begin preparing the 30,000-person migrant facility at Guantanamo Bay. Most people don't even know about it. We have 30,000 beds in Guantanamo to detain the worst criminal illegal aliens threatening the American people. Some of them are so bad we don't even trust the countries to hold them because we don't want them coming back, so we're going to send them out to Guantanamo. This will double our capacity immediately, right? And that's a tough place to get out of.
Meanwhile, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth said the detention center would be a temporary transit point for the deportees.
This is a temporary transit, which is already the mission of Naval Station Guantanamo Bay, where we can plus up thousands and tens of thousands if necessary to humanely move illegals out of our country where they do not belong back to the countries where they came from in proper process.
President Trump's border czar Tom Homan added that the U.S. government will expand its existing facility in Guantanamo Bay, which will be run by Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
The White House is working on to use resources that we currently have there at Guantanamo Bay. So we'll go through the process. The worst of the worst is where that could be utilized. So that potential is there. We know we need the infrastructure. We're going after these guys.
But who would run that? DHS or the Pentagon?
What you probably don't know, there's already a migrant center there. It's been there for decades. So we're just going to expand upon the existing migrant center.
Notably, the United States has been using a facility on the coast of Guantanamo Bay in Cuba for decades. This facility is known as the Guantanamo Migrant Operations Center and is located at the U.S. Naval Base. Now, to be clear, this is a different and separate facility from the high-security military prison in Guantanamo the U.S. houses suspected foreign terrorists. Meanwhile, Cuba, which protests against America's presence on its soil, wasted no time in denouncing President Trump's plan.
In a new act of brutality, a new government of the U.S. announces incarcerations of thousands of migrants forcibly expelled, and who will be located next to the known torture and illegal detention prisons at the Guantanamo Naval Base, which is illegally located in occupied Cuban territory.
Now, this criticism doesn't faze President Trump, who recently signed the Riley Act into law, which requires illegal immigrants arrested for crimes to stay in jail pending trial. Now, it's unclear if the facility would be enough to hold 30,000 migrants and how much the plan might actually cost. But what is clear is that the Trump administration is aggressively attempting to fulfill one of its key electoral promises in the first 100 days in office.
We're calling the show Vantage. We hope you like what we put together for you. Touted as the minimum defense from that video. India's neighbors were the first to send the special edition of Vantage live from the White House throughout this week. Yes, Hindu Mandir in we're on our way to Tel Aviv measure, but it's also the perfect way to drive.
I don't think
Prime Minister of Bhutan, Sherin Thagbir. Welcome to
60% of the world's
office. Prime Minister Modi did the iron.
We were actually.
How are you doing? How do you like? It's been 1 year since that meeting. Iron bars separate you from the outside. Out the vote effort. Trump had, it says, and at $4.3 trillion. 300 billion by 2030. That's what we need to tackle climate change.